Over here on the left side, member of the team OGS slapped that Void Ray all in down very slowly. Slapped it with like paper fans you would buy from the store for a little kid. One by one, those Marines took out the Void Rays. It's OGS Nada. Over here on the right side, a member of the team Slayers, formerly of We Made Fox, formerly known as Soccer, he is Slayer's Ven. So we are at cross positions on Antigua Shipyards. Very cool map, my favorite new map, was introduced. Right now, I'm thinking we're probably going to see Nada go for a 1-barracks expand. I thought that the first game, he didn't do it, and in the second game there that we just played, Nada kind of, he was going for a 2-racks and he made a factory. He kind of felt like something was up. He was just going to go into that 1-base medevac play, and then he just killed his opponent and was like, I guess that's fine. We had a really nice timing attack with his 2-racks, and Ben did not reply. Ben could have won that game with proper force fields. In fact, if he had force fielded correctly, if he did not have those 2 sentries out in the middle of the map, he would have won that game. No question about it. Ben has shown that he can play kind of a macro game. In game 1, he wasn't all in, he just attacked. Nada was not prepared and he died. And in that last game, of course, that wasn't all in. I really want to see what Ben has up on the sleeve in cross positions. I want to see, Ben, can you play a long game when Nada goes for a 1-barracks expand like he's doing, like Wolf predicted? Can you beat him? Can you beat him in a straight-up game? I'm asking you, Ben. Ben's not answering me because he's, in another part of Seoul right now. He's in a game. He's in a soundproof booth. He can't hear this broadcast. But I'm testing him here. You guys are watching. The world is watching. I don't even know the other Mokdong games might be over. Everyone might be on the stream. There might only be one stream right now. All eyes are on you, Ben. What are you going to do? To wait and find out. Nada, of course, not taking those gases, as I mentioned. The probe sees the early block. When you see this early block, it's very indicative of this fast command center, and he's going to be almost certain of this. The probe is going to be chased away by this Marine. Nada may decide to make his command center on the low ground, given that this is Antigua. You can build your bunkers here. You have a second ramp. Nada putting this SCV over here, checking for that second gas. Then looks like he's just going to go for a 1-gate expand with no units. We may see him get a stalker out here. Saving up a little bit of resources. I'm a little bit surprised. Normally when you see this, actually I take it back, my timings are all wrong in my head. I'm sorry guys, I'm casting alone today. Nothing I'm saying makes sense anymore. That's actually perfectly normal timing. You actually always have, if you stop chrono boost after your gateway finishes, you always have 2 chrono boosts. As a tip for those of you out there not used to doing this 1-barracks or 1-gate expand build, if you stop chrono boosting after your gateway finishes, if you make your gateway on 12 or 13, when your Cybernetics core finishes, you can make a stalker and warp gate research, and you have 2 chronos available to use on both of them. So now you guys know, and it was a good timing by Ben. This probe actually is the luckiest probe alive. Let me show you guys what this probe saw. He was able to come in here, see not a whole lot. I'm like falling apart, guys. They're just like falling. I'm like the Wicked Witch of the West. They're just like, I'm mounting. I'm like on the floor right now. You guys just like hear a hissing noise. It's like how my broadcast is for the rest of the day. I thought the probe I thought I saw the probe walk out of the space, but no, the probe didn't get in. The probe didn't see anything. The probe saw a bunker. That's it, guys. Wolf's lost his marbles. He dropped the ball. Okay, so second bunker going up here from Nada because he was not able to see whether or not a Nexus was made. There is a sentry here to block any SCV scouts. SCV also checking around the middle of the map to see if there is a Stargate or anything like that. Doesn't want to fall prey to another Void Ray build. Then going up to 3 gates in a robo here. Very, very common to see. This is your standard stereotypical 1-gate expand. You skip the Zealot. That's the only thing that's a little bit weird about this build. You did get a second gas afterwards. It's the normal way to do it. It's not Huck we're watching here. The SCV does get close enough to see that Nexus. Nada's made 2 bunkers. He's teched up very quickly to factory. And it looks like he's going to put some Banshee pressure on. Something that's not as common in this matchup as I think it should be. If you have 2 bunkers full of Marines, Banshees are actually, since they do so much DPS, you can use them defensively as well. A lot of people don't like this because they say, well, you know, you only have one barracks, you want to make this reactor, then if he hits me with a 6 gate pretty early, I might just die because I don't have very many units. I have only Marines, I don't have any Marauders, and I'm trying to get the Banshee out to help, and you know, I just don't have enough units. But if you do it well, watch, I think Keen played a game in the Up and Downs against someone who did a 6 gate. I don't remember who it was a few seasons ago. But it has been done. People have 6 gated against this type of build. The Banshees come out, you repair the Banshee, repairs the bunkers, and holds the attack. On a map like this where you have a ramp, you have multiple bunkers on top of the ramp, you're totally fine. This Banshee just offers Nada so much. It's going to allow him to kill probes. He can scout, he can see if the watchtower is being taken. He's gonna run around the watchtower, of course, in his first time. But when he leaves, he can see what's at the watchtower. He can see the composition of his opponent. He doesn't have to scan. And Banshees, believe it or not, guys, are actually really good combat units. It's actually just true. Cancels Cloak, I like that. I was gonna say, I'm not sure if I agree with him getting Cloak there, but just getting the Banshees itself, they're tough units, they're fighters, they kill probes, they scout, it's a good investment, and with the siege tank tech that Nada is getting as well, it offers him the ability to hold these 2 bases quite easily. Nada's not gonna do a 1-1-1 all in, he's not doing a Marine tank Banshee all in. Look at this, the Banshee going to check the watchtower here, seeing what's up. Just wants to get a good idea of what's going on. He doesn't have to scan, doesn't want to spend 270 mils because he's got better things to spend his mils on, like Marines and siege tanks, adding extra barracks. That's what Nada's doing here. Now, meanwhile, in the main base of Ben, he's adding a few more gateways. He's going up to 5. His robotic support bay is about to finish. He's going to have Colossi on the way fairly soon. And Nada, you know, he just wants to know, okay, what tech route are you going? He hasn't quite been able to see. He's been so safe with his Banshee, almost too safe with his Banshee. He's not been able to get as much scouting information as he would have liked. Did not see the robotic support bay, did not see how many gateways there were in total. And Banshee is going to be a Stalker in the middle of the map and kill it. And Stalker must have fought with those Marines just a little bit earlier. The Raven out here for Nada allows him to do things like this, clean up observers, stop his opponent from knowing what he's doing. It also allows him to put a little bit of pressure on. He can use point defense drone and all sorts of situations. Ooh, Nada is actually going to just pull several SCVs here and attack. I mean, Nada is one of the first few people to do this. I have to give Jinro, you know, credit for this build. People are calling it the tasteless build. Nick and Dan made that joke a lot, but let's be honest, Jinro, I think, Jinro and Poe were the first people to really perfect this build, but Nada was the first person to, like, use it all the time. Watch Nada versus TT1 back in the World Championship. That's a good game. Anyway, that aside, this particular game we're watching right now, Nada, he's got so many tanks here. He's got siege mode. He's dealing with mostly sentries and zealots at this point. Bunkers go down, point defense run goes down. The Colossus gets way too close to siege tanks and falls down. He needed that Colossus to deal with the DPS of these Marines. The Stalkers not really able to take out this point defense drum. Point defense drum remains totally fine. And Nada looks like he is just going to crush Slayer's Ben here. The point defense drum absorbing all of these shots. The Banshee's doing that extra DPS. You know, Nada didn't have to do this timing attack, but he saw what was going on. He said, I'm going to do this. This isn't even an all-in. Yeah, he brought a lot of STVs, but even so, it's not an all-in. Oh, is he going to be able to get this Robo? A little bit surprising he scanned here. He could have just used the Banshees instead. He's about to get this Robo, but Ben coming in from the other side, attacking the point defense drum, though, absorbing a lot of hits here. The Colossus being targeted down by these Banshees, and Ben in a lot of trouble. The bunker looks like it will not finish, but the Banshees and Marines just doing so much DPS, and the last Stalkers will fall. Nada bringing more reinforcements. No SCVs coming to finish that bunker. The bunker is canceled anyways. The robotics finishes up here, and that means no more Colossi. The probes being pulled here for Ben. It's his last attempt. A scan sees it. Auto turret drop to do some extra DPS. Can Ben break this with these probes? Looks like he barely will not, and that is going to be the end of this story. Nada will remain alive in the GSL, as the supply is now 74 to 41. These gateways are being taken out, cutting down the production. Nice decision making here by Ben to try to sneak in here while the Banshees were away, but ha 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 ha, GG. This emoticon in Korean, when you type those two characters in, it's on the G key, so when people type it in, it means their input was set to Hangul and not English characters, and that's an emoticon that means haha, so ironic there that GG and haha are kind of similar things. We'll never know if Soccer intentionally said haha like that or not. Either way, Nada with a solid timing attack, pulling some SCVs, putting the pressure on. Ven was not prepared, he died. I think part of the key there was his first Colossus just got targeted down immediately when it popped out. When you have that first Colossus coming out, you have to rally it away from the Siege Tank fire and Banshees so it doesn't die. You have to kind of micro it back and then attack when you're targeting down Marines instead of it just walking forward towards Siege Tanks and dying. So that is going to about do it for us today. Nada advances. Overall, our results are, we've got Nada advancing, Hongan advancing, Genius advancing over Symbol with some interesting games, and we saw, I believe, Cezanne advancing, or excuse me, Ensnare advancing over Cezanne earlier today. And, you know, the games we saw today were pretty awesome. I would definitely recommend going back and watching Genius versus Symbol. And, I'm sorry, actually we saw Cezanne advance over Ensnare. I mixed up their names so many times today, it's not even funny. I really recommend going back and watching Genius versus Symbol. Watching Genius's play, that was quite interesting. Symbol did not play his best in those games, but you can see a lot of interesting ideas behind Genius's play. Hongan versus Logstick I do not recommend. But yeah, tell your friends to get the VODs. If they don't, go watch those VODs. Thanks for tuning in, guys. It's been a long day of casting for me. Had a lot of fun. I hope you guys did as well. You can follow me on Twitter at ProxyWolf. You can follow GOMTV on Twitter as well at GOMTV. Please do follow both of us. Post on the forums on GOMTV.net and on TeamLiquid.net. Talk about this tournament. Get pumped up because this is just the first round of Code A. We have so much more to come. Code S is going to be tomorrow at our regular time at 6 p.m. So make sure you don't miss it. And I'm not sure how the other stream is doing. They might still have some games left over. I don't think so. When I was watching, I saw that you know, Naniwa and Lucky were already at it, so they probably are finished. But if not, go and tune into the other stream. We have 2 streams up for Code A. And thanks for watching, guys. Again, follow me on Twitter at ProxyWolf. And tweet at me there. Tell me how you like the games. See you guys next time. Code S is tomorrow.
Right in the face of the establishment.